Hey, my name is Jonathan Pena. Jonathan, spelled with two N's, so spelled John Nathan. I have a few questions. Hoping that you guys can help. One of the most difficult things is asking for help and being transparent and putting yourself out there. So if you could just bear with me through this video, I'd really appreciate any suggestions or, you know, any personal experiences. But before I ask these questions really quickly, a little bit about me. I served in Fallujah back in 05 and 06 through the Marine Corps, and I was honorably discharged, and I suffered from really bad PTSD over the years and chronic depression. And a few years ago, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. Many of you might remember me from a video I posted back in December of me receiving my Jiu-Jitsu blue belt. And since then, I've just been trying to find ways to document my journey, because as silly as this may sound, I want to be a world champion. I've trained with tons of world champions, and I feel like when that's part of your everyday life, it's extremely possible. I've always been competitive. I have a competitive nature. And honestly, that challenge in itself gives me something to look forward to. But quickly, I'm originally from Queens, New York. I've moved around a lot. I started training originally in New York for about 6 months at Fight House. And then I just couldn't afford it, so I didn't train for a good 10 plus years. And I started training once I moved to Indiana. I found myself in my apartment. I wouldn't leave the apartment, not even to throw out the trash, and days became weeks. And like they say, an idle mind is a devil's playground, and that couldn't be more true. So I found this gym there, Impact Zone Training Center, and that changed the course of my life completely. Jiu-Jitsu has really been beneficial in my mental health and in giving me something to look forward to, giving me something to challenge myself, and a community of people who, for the most part, everybody's there to help you. They want to see you get better, and you want to see the same in them. So being that I want to be a world champion, I find myself failing at it every day. Trying to find ways that I can document this, and the truth be told is I'm failing every day. Lately, I haven't been able to get back on the mats for almost 2 weeks now. I caught a skin infection. I don't think you could really see it through this video, so I may just post something at the end. If you wait, you'll see. I have eczema. I had a flare up, and I shaved, and then I went to go train. That was probably the biggest mistake I made. I probably had some, my pores were open or something, and even though I wash my hands, my face, my neck after every training session, I developed a skin infection. And I didn't realize it until I put some ointment on, some steroids, and I literally burnt myself, my skin, all over my neck, inside my ear, and it's been really painful. And obviously the worst thing you can do is get back on the mats, and God forbid, give that to somebody else. And more importantly, that's the most important part, but also making it worse. So I've had to spend the last almost 2 weeks away from the mats, and I'm sitting here tentatively waiting for UPS to bring these antibiotics. But this weekend I've noticed I was extremely irritable, and I didn't understand why. And then I slowly just started feeling it, like depression, man. It's like it'll slowly start climbing up your shoulder, and then next thing you know, you realize you're in this funk. And I feel good most days, but there's just like this creeping shadow. I don't really know how else to explain it. But if you've experienced it before, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. My questions are, if you've been a world champion, or you're in that direction, or you've been a world champion at something, like, what are ways that you use to self-motivate yourself? Because I'll plan things out, I write things down. Aside from looking at videos and instructionals and old footage of mine to remember things that I was doing right, remember things I was doing wrong. As you can see in some of my videos that I posted on this channel as a white belt, I find myself failing. Like, I woke up this morning, had all these plans, and like, yeah, I do calisthenics every hour. I'll knock some push-ups out or some sit-ups or whatever the case is, and I'll try to do some breathing exercises and meditation and stretching and whatnot. I'm not that consistent with the last few things, but I'm trying, and I'm looking for ways and suggestions, and see what's worked for other people to improve. And so I'm curious to know, what are ways you guys use to self-motivate, to keep yourself consistent, and how do you handle mental blockages when you hit this wall and you don't know what to do next, and you can't seem to get over that hump? The one thing I can say about myself is I don't quit. I might have a downfall, I might struggle, but I'll get up and I'll keep chipping away at that wall until I break through, and then you meet another wall. But I'm curious to know if anybody experiences this and what they do to work themselves through it, to get by it. I know working out and all that is extremely helpful. So again, I try, but I do want to be a world champion, and I'm sure that someday I will be. And if at the very least I achieve a whole bunch failing to get there, I'm okay with that. Well, okay is not really what I want to say, but what I'm trying to say is that if I can succeed a lot on the way through these failures, then I take the good and the bad. So again, forgive me for being all over the place. This is all new to me, and I'm trying to share more of me and see how other people deal with things. And hopefully we can all grow together. I'm going to keep this channel updated, and I'm going to keep documenting my journey, the good, the bad, the mental aspects. And I hope that you guys can comment below and give me some suggestions or words of encouragement, whatever it may be. Like this video if it was good. If it's not, whatever. But yeah, also tell me how jiu-jitsu saved your life. Like I said, I started in Indiana. I then moved to South Dakota, and now I'm here in Omaha. I received the Atos Blue Belt. Now I'm with Team Vahi at Blackfish, Omaha. And I've been fortunate enough that there's world champions at all the facilities I've been through. Carlos Soto is someone I consider my mentor, and thankfully through him, he's been able to point me in the right direction. So now I'm here with John Hansen, one of his Team USA teammates. They both represented Team USA in Kazakhstan a year ago. And special shout out to Coach Jeremy Schottenheimer. I think I screw up his name all the time, but forgive me, Coach. But they helped refine my skills over there, and I'm just thankful to everybody I've met along the way. And yeah, so how do you guys deal with these things and these failures? And I'm really looking for good ways to implement some success.